and welcome to this episode of Bake It Up a Notch Bite Size. I'm Erin Jean McDowell, and I am so excited for today's episode because we're actually going to be showing you a little bit of a behind the scenes of what it was like making my new cookbook, Savory Baking. We shot this footage last year at almost the same time when I was shooting the photographs for Savory Baking. We shot the book in the basement of my house where I used to live, and that's actually where we used to shoot Bake It Up a Notch. This was before I moved this spring. Anyway, I'm so excited to show you a little bit of what it's like to be a day in the life of shooting a cookbook. Let's go. One of the things that's sort of cool about this book is that it's a very different book than my last two. It's a little bit more personal, and I'm trying to make it look a little bit like you're at my dining room table. And the feel of the whole book that we're going for is golden hour, which is one of my favorite times of day. That kind of dusky, beautiful moment in the afternoon, but also the beautiful golden hour in the morning, which us bakers are already up and at 'em for. This book is also about how do you bring these baked goods into your life, and how do you make baking part of enjoying a meal? How do you make a love of baking kind of extend to all the meals of the day? And that's what I'm hoping that we can capture.
I'm Mark Weinberg. I'm the photographer on Erin's Savory Cookbook. And Erin and I met a number of years ago at Food 52, and I also photographed the book on pie. A cookbook shoot is inherently a large undertaking. We're shooting 15 days now, and 15 days of shooting is no small feat for anyone involved, whether it's food styling, photography. Erin's husband, Derek's ordering all the groceries. It's a well-oiled machine, but it's quite an undertaking.
In my normal life, this room is sort of general storage, but I changed it for this shoot to be kind of specifically for the book. We moved a lot of things around. So this room sort of serves as like a landing pad for lots of things. There's kind of our pantry ingredients. Then it's also sort of a prop room, and this is kind of one of my main prop areas for all the plates. And then also this table, which is sort of a landing pad for anything that we just finished shooting. Since we're not in a big open professional kitchen space, one of the things that becomes really important is to just find as much space as we can. This is one of my speed racks. It is truly one of my favorite things. I wouldn't be able to survive without it. I have one upstairs and one downstairs, and as you can see right now, it is totally full. We baked so much brioche and so many muffins today. So we really need this space, otherwise we would have nowhere to put all of those baked goods, and it helps kind of keep things a little bit more organized and concise. And of course, one of the most important spots on the tour is Brimley's bed, which is right under the set. We joke he likes to be close to Mark, but it really is true. He wants to be wherever Mark is. He sometimes goes and sits right under his tripod, right under the lights. He just really loves him. And then I have more props. This is all the stuff in this section that I might need on set more immediately. So little finishing touches, like cups, glasses, forks, and knives. This is definitely a really tight corner that for the most part, no one comes into this corner but me because everyone's afraid of it.
I am Katie. I am Erin's assistant for quite a few years now. We started working together in, I believe it was 2016 or 2015. I worked on actually all of Erin's books with her. I did The Fearless Baker with her, and then shot the book on pie with Mark, and then now doing the Savory book with her, and then of course also doing Bake It Up a Notch every week. On a typical shoot day, I take a look at the shot list and the prep list that Erin and her husband Derek have made for us. The list always feels very daunting first thing in the morning, but slowly but surely throughout the day we work our way down the list. One of the other more minor roles in the book is being the hands and in a number of the images. So in keeping with the theme of the book, Erin urged me to get a manicure that would match the colors of the book. So that was lovely. A request I was happy to fulfill.
So up here, Derek is kind of running our second kitchen. And part of that is he brings in all the orders for us and like gets everything sorted. There's just so much food and so many groceries on a shoot like this, but also he is the one with the best knife skills. So he gets all the assignments of things that have to be cut very specifically or precisely, like the shoestring fries he is cooking right now, which are gonna go on top of the moule frite tart for our chapter opener. And he's really the glue holding this shoot together right now, and I'm very grateful for him.
Yeah, it's been a lot. You know, I think most people assume that a book shoot is when you're actually shooting the book, but it's a lot of work on the front end, months and months of recipe testing 7 days a week. And I don't even know how many recipes I tested, probably over 100 at this point that I've done either tests or retests. Some of the simpler ones, we might nail it on the first test and then have one more retest just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke. But some of them, depending on if it gives you trouble or not, or if it's a very advanced recipe that might require multiple rises and a little bit of special handling when you're making the loaves of bread, those might see 3, 4, 5 tests if necessary.
These are a really delicious filled crepe, like a blintz, but this is Hungarian in origin, and they're meat crepes, and then you sort of drown them in this delicious paprika, sour cream, paprikash sort of sauce. That's the whole point of this recipe. See, it makes all these holes, and then you put the spicy honey butter on top, and it falls into all the holes. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. So if a jalapeno popper was wrapped in puff pastry, this is what it would be, and it would be really good. So much for joining me for this behind the scenes look at my new cookbook, Savory Baking, which releases this October 11th. I'm so excited for this book to be out in your hands, and stick around for some sneak peeks of recipes that we're gonna be sharing on upcoming episodes of Bake It Up a Notch. So do me a favor, please click like and subscribe so you can be made aware of all of our new episodes as they become available. And until next time, happy baking. Wow, I love it, Mark. I love that muscle peeking through. He's like, hello.